it's the ship that Mario uses to travel the world, and it's powered by these power moons, so you keep needing additional thresholds of them to get on to the next kingdom. And just to show off a little bit of the new moves, obviously there's the hat throw. You can make it stay in place, which is sometimes valuable. It can grab things for you. There's two kinds of coins, which we'll talk about a little later on.
And actually, there in that little dialogue box, we saw Cappy.
Oh, yeah. Cappy is both the red hat that he's wearing and also in his native form, he's a white top hat. And so one other move that's pretty cool is this circular throw. Knocks away everything. But let's get down into the city. And as you saw in the trailer, so there's the capture mechanic lets you take over things. It also lets you do fairly exotic things like turn into electricity, travel through wires. So how did the capture mechanic come about?
キャプチャーという仕様を作ったきっかけは何かありましたでしょうか。
そうですね。今作はものすごくいろんな試作っていうものをしてから作っています。
So when we were making this game, what we started out doing was making just a huge amount of different gameplay prototypes.
このキャプチャーというアクションもそのうちの一つです。
And this capture action was just one of those prototypes.
みんなでアイデアを出し合った中に出てきたんですけども、それをそうですね、2、3日ぐらいで作って遊んでみたらものすごく面白かったので、すぐゲームの中心に入れようと決めました。
So, it was just one of the ideas that came up, but we worked on it for 2 or 3 days, and it just instantly turned into something that was really fun, and we decided, well, okay, this should just be the center of this game.
I love how much it encourages that exploration and experimentation that I think the Mario games along these lines are so known for when you think about Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine. Here we've got so much stuff that just looks interesting, and you're wondering, okay, what will happen if I throw my cap at it? You never really know what's going to happen, so you want to try everything just to see.
何でも試してみたくなる仕様ですね。どういう要素があって。
そうですね。いろんなものに帽子を投げたり、試してもらえたらなと思ってます。
Yeah, I definitely hope people, while they're playing this game, they just throw their hat at everything and try all sorts of different things.
Whoops, that was a mistake. Right now, normally, if you were following the story path of the game, you'd be talking to Mayor Pauline, who wants you to recruit musicians. There's one there. But we're going to ignore that right now because there's lots and lots of things to do beyond following the main story of the game. Like possess rockets and turn into rockets with mustaches.
And why wouldn't you do that if you could? Actually, that's an interesting note there. So you mentioned Mayor Pauline, and I think our sharp-eyed viewers will have noticed that some of the street signs are references to some Donkey Kong characters. We've got some interesting red girders going on here. I wonder, Kozuma-san and Monokura-san, if you can tell us a little bit more about this city. It's got some interesting backstory.
やっぱりポリン市長がいて、ニュードンクシティという名前がついてると、なんかもっと何かこの都市について説明していただけますか。
そうですね。名前もそうですし、ポリンってドンキーコングのキャラクターで何かのゲームに関係がありそうですけど、今日はちょっとあまり詳しく言えないんですけど。
So certainly you can tell that Pauline is from Donkey Kong, and the name New Donk City probably leads you to a couple of hints, but we can't get into too much of it today.
And I like the shirt you're wearing, by the way.
That is a snazzy
Good choice
shirt.
Today.
お楽しみに。
Please look forward to hearing more about that.
I gotta take the long way.
Oh, good luck. And this is interesting here where we see, I mean, really throughout New Donk City, and I think throughout the world, we've got these really fun playground elements where you're bouncing on things, you're jumping on things, you're swinging. Can you tell our viewers a little bit more about how you came up with that kind of play mechanic in the game?
ぶら下がったりして、飛び跳ねたりして、いろんな、環境のものになんか反応させられるんですけど、どういうふうにそういうなんか遊び場っぽい雰囲気を出せるようになんか考え方ありますか。
はい。まずその試作っていうのでものすごくいっぱい遊びを作っています。それを配置してステージっていうものを作ります。まず。
So, going back to that prototyping process I was talking about before, we obviously create lots and lots of different ones, lots and lots of different game ideas. And then next what we think about is where to place them within the stage.
そこにそのアートであるとか具体的なものを載せて遊んでみます。
So, we put it in the stage, we combine it with different art assets, kind of real things to see what it might actually look like or work in game, and then try playing it.
そうするともっとこうしたいとかいろんな意見が出てくるので、それをさらにそこに上乗せして作っています。
And then, you know, obviously out of that, like different things come up, like, oh, maybe we could do this a little bit differently. Maybe this could actually work like this instead. And then we kind of add that to it, and the process just continues from there.
なので先ほどちょっと出たタクシーなんかをジャンプさせるのもスーパーマリオサンシャインでもちょっと似たような仕様があったので、そういうところからちょっとヒントを得ています。
And so, you know, you saw before, you know, we were able to jump on top of the taxi, and that's something that was sort of in Super Mario Sunshine at times. So in that way, we're also getting hints from past games.
Can I quickly interject that so as I mentioned, the goal right now is to recruit these musicians. When I was first playing this game for a feedback report for the development team, I could not figure out how to get to this guy on the top of this building. You can just barely see him. He's a speck right now in that triangular building. And the way I eventually found to do it was to take a really long fall.
I did that too.
And that worked.
Oh, I feel bad for his knees.
A bit to my surprise. And I wanted to know, you know, when you saw that report from me, you know, was that a problem to be solved? Was that a cool thing? What was that?
このマリオはNCR の報告書を書いていたときに、こういうふうにトランペットのバンドマンに到着できますよと書いてましたが、それを見てちょっと困っていたんでしょうか。
はい、それは読んだんですけれども、今日ここでプレイするとは思わなかったです。
Yeah, I did read that. I didn't know you were going to be playing that right now.
Troublemaker.
でもこう、
Well, I also know the real way. Or another way.
本当のやり方も分かってます。
でも自分でこういろんなプレイの仕方を探してもらえたらと思うんですけども、それもスーパーマリオ64やスーパーマリオサンシャインから続くものだと思います。
But you know, you found your own way to play it, and like, you know, letting users, you know, play around with the game and find their own ways of doing things. That's something that, you know, goes way back in 3D Mario, you know, in Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine as well.
So this is actually one of the two kingdoms that's going to be playable on the show floor. The show floor, of course, isn't open yet, so we don't have folks playing the game at this moment, but I'm really looking forward to talking to folks after they've played it, because I think there's so many different ways to problem solve and find the moons in these kingdoms. I'm not even sure if folks will find everything over the course of the show, but it's going to be interesting to find out how different people approached completing some of these objectives.
But the game encourages so much experimentation because you aren't kicked out of the level every time you find a moon. There is no reason not to investigate every little thing you can see that might be interesting. There's no time limit. There's no disincentive. Just lots and lots of cool stuff. Whoa! Okay.
Yeah, that is a very interesting change that adds, I think, to the immersion in the kingdoms. When you think about Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, whenever you got your, whatever the collectible objective was, depending on the game you were playing, you'd get bumped out of the area and you'd have to come back in. But here, since you're not going to get booted out of the kingdom when you collect a Power Moon, there's a lot of encouragement to just go check out that weird thing you saw on the horizon, because you can still continue with whatever your primary objective is. Oh no! But then, you know, keep on tracking and finding moons.
Another reason to explore everything is that there's very little punishment for dying. I just lost 10 coins, and you know, there's lots. So, and I get to try again right away.
ミスると10コインが取られますね。
Oh, look at that.
It's also worth mentioning that the bullet bills here are coming out with visors on, so they cannot be captured until you knock their hats off, because an enemy with a hat is the scariest thing in this game.
Fashion is very important in this game. You got to be conscious of your headwear. Oh, careful.
Ah. Oh, no. Well, apparently this is not my day for this challenge.
That's right. 3rd time's a charm, right?
Yeah. And if at first you don't succeed, give up on the 3rd attempt.
I'm just looking at the space where we saw other sections of New Dog City, and looking here, I'm just so impressed with the texture work that's been done. And I feel like every time I see a new build of this game, more and more of these textures are just jumping out at me. It's really fun to see in person.
It is a gorgeous game, and we have some other segments later on in the stream that are going to highlight some especially pretty areas.
Oh, you got this.
Yeah.
And oh, while I'm keeping my fingers and toes crossed, yes.
Thank you.
One thing that we haven't mentioned yet that we probably should talk a little bit about is the fact that you're playing with Joy-Con with the wrist straps attached.
Yes.
And that's a really fantastic way to play this game. It, of course, supports Pro Controller and other controller options, but you can do so much with the motion controls, and throwing Cappy feels very intuitive.
Yeah. I'm going to switch to a different section of the game where I show the Sand World, which is also playable on the show floor.
Oh, this place is so pretty.
So here we're in the Sand Kingdom in the town of Tostarena. And they have a problem now because it's all frozen. Everything is cold for reasons, of course, that Mario will eventually solve.
Yeah, actually, if you hang still for a second, we can show his little idle animation when he's
Oh,
cold.
yeah.
Really cute.
Oh, he's cold.
I love the locals here, too.
Yeah, I think he's distracted by the local dancing around, but I think if he's by himself, then he really shivers.
Oh, poor Mario.
Yeah. So let's see here. One thing I did want to show off is, so as we mentioned, there's two kinds of coins in this game. And for I believe the first time in the mainline Mario series, you can actually buy things with your coins. And I wanted to ask the developers how that came up, that currency should be worth currency.
なんでコインで買い物できるようにしたいと思ったんでしょうか。
はい、今回はコインを本当にお金として扱おうと思いました。
So we wanted, coins to be used as coins in this game. Actually, use them as money.
外国に行った時にその国のお金ってすごいなんか印象に残ってないですか。
And I think you'll agree. If you go to a foreign land, one of the things that makes the biggest impression on you is the currency.
これ使えるのとか思ったりしないですか。
You kind of look at it and you think, wait, is this real? Can I use this?
今回はマリオもいろんな国を旅しますので、その国その国のコインというものを用意しています。
And since Mario is going around to all these different kingdoms in this game, we wanted to make sure that there was a currency for each one.
要素はコレクトするコインの要素になっていますので、集めたものでコスチュームを変えたり、お土産を買うことができます。
And they're collectible items, so you can use them to buy different outfits or buy souvenirs.
Speaking of,
お土産買うの楽しいですよ。
Yeah, and it's always fun to buy souvenirs, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. And speaking of shopping, we are now in Crazy Cap.
So there's two kinds of coins, as we mentioned. The purple ones are unique to the local kingdom. The yellow ones can be used in any shop. I'm going to buy, because the guy at the door said maybe I should. I'm not living up to their dress code. Maybe I should buy some clothes to fit in better. I'm going to buy a local sombrero and poncho. And wait till you see how adorable Mario looks.
Being adorable, I just love the shopkeeper.
Yeah, and their huge stack of hats.
He's so cute.
And you can see some of the souvenirs you can buy there that you can use to decorate the inside of the ship.
Nice.
And now I'm rocking this look. And let's go try that door again. So my capabilities are the same. I still have, it's still Cappy, even though he's turned into a different kind of hat now. He can turn into any kind of headwear, apparently. Exotic superpower. And all right, so I go over and talk to this guy.
Let's see if you meet the expectations now. Ooh, snappy and lively.
Snappy and lively. I think the hat is the one and the poncho is the other. All right. And this is, of course, what the goal I was working toward all this time.
I love all these little moments of surprise where you never really know what's going to happen when you
Why
get
did I
into
want to
these
get in
spaces.
this room? I don't know. I wanted to get in this room so I could play a guitar.
You want to get in because it's locked.
Yeah, exactly. So then we're going to move on to some more traditional 3D Mario gameplay over this direction.
Now that you are terribly well dressed, it's time to go do some exploring.
Yeah. And
And
Bowser's
here's a-
footprints, I must be on the right track. So notice that while using the motion controls, I can actually use the little homing function on the hat more easily. It is possible with the button controls only, but it's much more difficult.
All right, the classic Goomba.
Yeah. And let's just do a big one for that. And yeah.
And that's, I guess, something folks are probably noticing here. So you're not capturing those Goomba. It's not every single enemy that's capturable.
That's true.
You've got to find the special ones.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's having a good eye and just experimenting a lot with your cap.
I think they're a shade bigger, the ones you can capture, but I'm not positive about that.
Nice.
So bullet bills, of course, are useful because you can fly with them. And now I've got to very quickly capture my ride back.
And with bullet bills, you can only capture them for a limited amount of time because at some point they're just going to blow up.
Yeah.
So you have to be a little mindful of what you're doing.
Yeah, you
when
only
you've
get
got
so
a
much
bullet
time
bill.
with the explosive guys. All right, and then almost to one of my favorite bits in this level.
Oh yeah, the next bit you're coming up to just blew my mind the first time I saw it.
So this place has these murals that look like they're decorated in this cool old school aesthetic, and I'm just gonna go right on in. And I've still got my costume.
So Koizumi-san and Monokura-san, I think we definitely need to hear a little bit more background about why you added this into the game, because it's so cool, but it's so unexpected as well, I think.
なんでこのような 2D の8ビットマリオのところも入れたいと思ったんでしょうか。
3D の部分は気持ちよく探索できるように比較的おおらかに作っています。
So we wanted to make something that would be, sort of a contrast with the 3D stages that you're able to explore very freely in.
2D の部分はもう少し細かく緊張感のある構成になっています。
The 2D spaces are kind of more confined. They're more precise. It's more like kind of sort of traditional platforming elements.
同じステージの中でもそういった違った遊びっていうのを入れたかったです。
But also within the 2D stages, as you can see, we wanted to have a lot of different variety.
もちろん昔からのゲームが好きな人にも楽しんでもらえるビジュアルになっていると思います。
And of course, with the visuals, we're hoping it's something the people who enjoyed kind of those classic nostalgic games also get a kick out of as well.
So one thing I'd love to show off when we're getting out toward the end of this space is just how much the music changes when we're transitioning back and forth. Because I know we've been chatting, maybe it's hard for some folks to hear what's been going on here, but if we just pop in and out of that warp pipe, it's a pretty impressive transition when the music changes.
But there's no warp pipe up here.
Just don't jump off. No.
Yeah,
No,
but you
don't
can
jump
now
off.
see that it's more of a naturalistic instrument. So I'm going to skip ahead and show off the last part of this is just a ridiculous amount. All right, so here we are. This is much later in the level. I'm still got my snappy outfit though, and watch these bullet bills transition out of the 2D, and then I'm going to use one to break open this wall.
So another thing that's really handy about the bullet bills as a capture target that you'll see here, when you're trying to target for really precision flying, it's got a little bit of a headlamp.
I'm doomed.
That's okay. But it's got a little bit of a headlamp, so you can kind of use that to line yourself up.
It's super handy.
That's okay, because we get to see this cute little 2D to 3D transitioning in with the bills.
It's so cool. All right.
All right, you got this.
All right, here we go.
And with bullet bills, you can also give yourself little speed bursts as well. Shaking the Joy-Con will let you go a little bit further. So it's worth experimenting once you get a feel for the timing of how long a bullet bill will last.
It's kind of like driving a car that doesn't have any brake pedal. You can go faster, you can steer, but that's all you can do. And all right, so up here we're about to confront one of the Brutals. And folks may have seen them in our original teaser trailer for this game. They are an evil wedding planning firm, and I'd love to hear more from the developers about how they came to be and what your favorite Brutal is.
ブライダルズという団体がこのペコンを企画しているグループらしいですけど、なんか一番気に入りのブライダルズは誰かいますか？
そうですね。彼らはクッパに雇われてクッパの結婚式を成功させようとしています。
So they've, as you kind of said, they've been employed by Bowser. They're in charge of making sure his wedding goes off without a hitch.
なので結構仕事をきっちりするタイプですね。
They're very serious about their work.
Respect that.
Their work ethic is admirable.
なので真ん中にいるちょっと背の低い同じような帽子をかぶったようなキャラクターがいるんですけれども、それがリーダーなので僕はそのトッパーというキャラクターがお気に入りです。
And my favorite is Topper, the kind of shorter one who has that green top hat.
Yeah, guy in green.
Yeah, Topper.
And how about you, Koizumi-san? Do you have a favorite?
小泉さんもなんかキリンのカラー。
そうですね。ちょうど今出てるのハリエットっていうその可愛いウサギさんの、キャラクターなんですけども、なんか可愛い香りしてるのに結構凶暴なんで、そのコントラストがすごい面白いなと思ってます。
This is really good timing because the character I like the most is the one you're fighting right now, Harriet. she has this great contrast between her cute appearance and like how devilish she is. She's sort of like the tricky little sister of the group here.
Her attacks are really fun to watch as well,
Yeah.
especially when she starts flying around.
And it's worth mentioning, you fight each of the Brutals a few times, but their tactics get more and more intense and dangerous.
But I'll be honest, having planned a wedding last year, I would take the help of evil wedding planner.
Yeah, I
Bunny
mean, any
monsters.
evil help is better than no help.
And they're very dedicated to their work.
And they're willing to
care.
fight your enemies for you, and that's pretty great.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
ああかわいそう
Oh, too bad.
Sorry, Harriet.
Now she'll be back. All right, so that's a grand moon worth 3 power moons.
And there we see Cappy in his natural state as
Yep,
well.
there he is, celebrating with Mario.
Nice.
Nice. All right, so that's what we have for
Before we
gameplay.
get into gameplay, I just want to kind of take this all in. This is a really
Yeah.
pretty space.
I love the little
gorgeous.
shafts of light that come through.
And I hope this is coming through on the stream, but the ambient noise here is really nice. I've got the sound of wind going through the trees. I've got bird song. And I'm going to get into a lot of trouble here, but it's a nice place to get started. So I will kick it off and start running around here. So I can't say too much about how this kingdom fits into the rest of the game and the other kingdoms we've shown so far. But yeah, this is Treehouse Live exclusive content. We are not making this playable on the show floor. So this is just for you guys who are checking us out on stream. And I'm going to head down and chat to these fellas.
So yeah,
And
these
I-
are the steam gardeners. They're the natives. Every kingdom has its own strange native creatures, and they're robot watering cans that take care of the flowers.
And I love their dialogue. Rotating out of control, due to anxiety. It seems like a good way to handle stress.
And it's all because of Bowser.
Yeah,
Yeah, he has taken their flowers. It's very sad. They worked very, very hard on them.
rotten guy.
And what's good to know, though, is even though Bowser is causing lots of havoc, commerce is still alive and well. I've got a nice little crazy cap spot here.
Yeah.
And I know we did a little bit of shopping in the first segment, but I just want to visit these guys and see what they've got going on.
Yeah. And as we explained in that previous segment, there are 2 coins. He's explaining again. There's yellow coins, which are good everywhere, and purple coins that are unique to the individual kingdom.
So we got some goodies there. I like how direct they are, too. Spend money. Do it. And they look so cute with their little
Subtlety
hats.
is not their strong suit.
And these caught my eye. I think that since so much of this game is all about travel and exploration, having an explorer's outfit feels like a good way to go as we're getting in
Totally.
here. And I'm going to need 15 of the local currency
Yeah, especially
coins
with
to
all
buy
the
that.
green and stuff, you need an explorer outfit
Yeah.
to trek it.
Before I'm going to mess around with these guys a little bit first. So
Oh, look at Mario Jam.
Yeah.
you'll see I can change the music. And I got to get a look at this dude.
So happy.
He's just so happy. I love his dance. But all right, we'll get up some more trouble here.
Yeah.
Leave that alone. Nope. One more trouble looking now.
Just
I'm
destroying
sorry.
That guy
boxes.
worked hard to stack those, Sam.
Right?
He really did.
Maybe his stock was there and you just ruined his shop.
Yeah.
Way to go, Sam.
I'm a
Trying to smash
monster.
and grab your explorer clothes? Is that what's happening here?
I guess I'll earn them properly. I'll get the currency. So I got 2 there, and you see the regional currency here. These cute little gears. Hi, buddy. All right, I'm gonna leave you be. And this
And
is just
naturally, there's an
intriguing.
Egyptian sphinx in the middle of the woods.
There's a lot of
Why
very
not?
Oh yeah, that
unusual
that doesn't
stuff
look
in this forest.
Conspicuous at all in
It's
the
a
middle of
strange
a woods
place.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few more coins over here.
Oh yeah.
There we go. And now over by this water.
So you'll
If
notice
you
that
listen,
sorry,
there's frog noises.
frog noises.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
The ambient noise in this kingdom is just incredible. As you move around, you're going to start hearing different kinds of wildlife.
I love that. It's so relaxing. It's just so fitting in the setting.
I was just going to comment that every time you get one of those regional coins, it comes up with X of 100, and that's because there are exactly 100 in this kingdom, and they're all in specific places. So that this is an additional collectible along with power moons and a few other things that you can find throughout the game to keep you busy almost forever. This game is huge.
And that is a suspicious rock, but I'm going
That
to leave
is
it alone.
super suspicious.
So I love that this game is really taking so much of inspiration and so much of its DNA from Super Mario 64 and Sunshine. And 64 is, I think, straight up my favorite game in the Mario series. And any other folks watching who are also 64 fans, you'll remember the rabbit in the basement and
Those
how much that
rabbits.
rabbit drove you nuts. So we have a bunny here, and if I can get close enough to take a peek, he is also wearing an adorable little hat.
Are you going to steal his
Fabulous.
hat?
I'm going to try to catch him. Come here, bud.
The important thing is that if he's
I
wearing a
want to
hat,
be
he can't be
friends.
captured.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
That went a lot better than I was expecting it to, frankly.
Yeah,
That's,
that's
that actually
fun.
worked well.
Pretty fast, yeah.
It's really a nice way to, I think, practice your targeting as you're dealing with Cappy, because his trajectory as he comes back to you shifts as you're running around. You'll notice here if I throw it out and then head this way, he's going to come back to me that way. So you can be pretty strategic about how you deal with his trajectory to get with some of those targets that are fast moving. And there's another look at my Odyssey ship. It's beautiful, but I need more coins. I need to get going on this. And rolling is, I think, one of my favorite ways to get around in this game.
I really enjoy this.
It's just so fun.
It's a quick way to get around places.
It's not something I can do in real life without getting super dizzy, so I might as well take advantage here.
Totally.
Where Mario's got the skills. Ooh. Little tunnel.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of
Peek in
purple
here.
there.
All right,
Oh, you're
so
almost there.
8. I'm getting there. But I do love how much these spaces encourage just kind of free exploration. So if I wanted to, there is sort of an overarching mission that I could do here to progress the story and move along. And we'll be getting to that a little bit later. But if you just run A to B and try to focus on completing goals and you don't really dig into these spaces, you're missing so much of what this game has to offer.
There's
Ooh,
so
more
much
coins.
more. I'm sure I can't say the numbers on the number of moons you need to complete the game and the number of moons there are altogether, but it's a very large
There's a
difference.
lot.
I'll leave it at that.
Definitely a significant volume of collectibles, which is great for me because I'm a complete collectible junkie. I
Yeah,
find
same for
everyone.
me.
And
let's
can
see.
we,
Ooh,
Sam,
there
can
we
you show
go.
us the sky a little bit there?
I would love to show you the sky. Let me grab these coins. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I missed.
Oh, no.
I'm
Are you
too
stuck
short.
down there now?
No, I'm not stuck. I'm just short. I can do this.
I know that feeling.
It's true. This is kind of like life. I'm just accepting the fact that I'm short.
Yeah.
So yeah, the sky here is very interesting. You'll notice.
Yeah, it's a sci-fi, like a holographic dome or something. I've apparently built by the robots. I want to know more.
I think this is something we're going to have to ping the devs about next time they're back on a
Yeah,
segment, because
yeah.
it is very curious. And if you look, it's very faint off there in the distance, but we've got these larger seams and also these little triangular panels.
Yeah.
It looks like a biosphere. It's Mario in his
pretty.
own
Just
TV show.
Mountains, then
It
I've
could
got
be. This is like the Mario show.
forest. It's a super pretty kingdom, and all of the kingdoms in this game are just so diverse as far as what you're going to see and find there. It's yeah, it really blew my mind the first time I played through different kingdoms and found out what they were doing stylistically. I'm just going to take a little slow wander here.
Well,
Seems a little precarious, Sam.
Just a touch, but you can hear little footsteps in the grass. Oh, I got some coins. Some
All
coins
right.
to just. Ah,
Ah!
I regret my decisions and I made a mistake. Or did I?
Oh!
Oh, there's a world underground.
So, if you want to find everything that's in this game and really dig into all the interesting little corners, you're going to have to be a bit of a daredevil at certain points and take some leaps of faith and try some stuff that maybe in a Mario game you would not think is terribly wise. But this is the Deep Wood, and it is creepy.
It
I
is.
love this space.
Mario's terrified. He does not want to be here at all.
Yeah.
Oh, look at him, buddy. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Even Cappy looks startled. But that's okay. We won't leave him down here forever. But I just want to appreciate how this space looks. And here, the ambient noise, we're hearing a lot more insect calls, little crickety kind of noises as well. And there are a lot of goodies to be found down here. I don't want to show off too many of them because we want to hang out some surprises.
Yeah.
But there are some very cool things here. And I feel bad for these guys. I feel like they got the short end of the stick when it came to job assignments for the Steam Gardeners.
Who did this guy annoy to get stuck with this job?
And you will be in the Deep Wood. where
Especially
it's
down here
dark.
where everybody else is up there.
Yeah, it's dark and cold. And
The
I also
walls are
wanted to
kind of
mention
moist.
this level is not playable on the show floor, but there is another area kind of like this in that you have to do something that seems to be lethal to get to the area in question. And I didn't actually know about it until Sam showed it to me while we were preparing for Treehouse Live.
Yeah,
Because Sam is more of a daredevil than I am.
I do a lot of very foolish things when I'm playing games, just to see what'll happen, you know. Works out well in this game, though. It definitely encourages experimentation. And this is actually kind of a neat spot here. So we've got super creepy, dark forest. Everything's terrifying. And
then
we
a
have a
weirdly
happy little
cartoony tree.
This is a very happy little tree.
That tree definitely seems out of place from the
It
rest of the
does.
trees.
If there's one thing this game has taught me is as soon as something's out of place,
You throw your hat at it.
Mightiest capture.
Mario the
Target.
tree.
I am the most mighty of trees. And I can't do much, but I can do this.
The little
Scoop my
hopping
tree
motion
butt.
gets me every time.
So I'm the noise too. Just doing my little tree dance.
Basically what a tree would sound like if it was hopping, I'm pretty sure.
But what's nice is now I was able to uncover
Oh, nice.
another moon. So definitely when you're playing the game, and if you happen to be here at E3 and you're playing our levels on the show floor, just try throwing Cappy at everything. It's so worthwhile. You never know what you're going to find. There's a lot of just fun capture targets, fun secrets.
Oh.
And they've really built the challenge here where I think whatever kind of player you are, you're going to find some stuff that really feels like it's, you know, in your wheelhouse. It's the kind of stuff that you're comfortable doing. And then a lot of stuff that's going to take you out of your comfort zone. So maybe you're a precision jumper or the kind of person who likes more of the scavenger hunt style, or just finding these weird little spots in the world. It's very cool. And actually, before we head back up to the surface, there's one little friend I would like to introduce people to. I'll go nice and quietly so I don't startle him.
Yeah.
Is it a little friend or a big friend?
He's a pretty big friend. He's pretty fantastic.
I see a tail.
Hi, buddy.
Oh,
So if you
boy.
watched the video during the spotlight, you certainly saw the T-Rex, and here he is wearing a fantastic hat. He's super dapper. He's just taking a little nap.
That's a cowboy hat.
You didn't know you wanted to see a T-Rex sleeping in a cowboy hat until today, did you?
I feel bad for Mario. I'm doing this to him. Like, get a little closer. See the T-Rex.
Is that too close? We were a little too close.
You could
And-
fit like 3 of Mario in his mouth.
And the T-Rex is actually snoring. He's got the cutest little snore as he's sleeping, so I'm not going to bug him and wake him up. I'm actually going to leave him in peace, but I did want to give folks a chance to actually see him in person because he's pretty fantastic.
I also love, though, I don't know if the people at home noticed, but there was like a little regular lizard, not a dinosaur, just a,
Oh, yeah,
small,
let me see if I can find that guy.
maybe the size of Mario's hand, just running around. It has no game function. It's just there because it
Where'd he go?
adds this wonderful atmosphere to this place.
He's a little companion to the T-Rex that's just
Yeah.
sleeping down
Scampered
here.
off.
Sidekick.
Yeah, he might
And
have
there's like
scampered off
rats
the
in
bush.
New Donk City and all these little atmospheric animals.
The pigeons in New Donk City are amazing, too.
Yeah.
They have a lot of personality, as pigeons do. They're kind of fun to hang out with in the game. All right, so I've definitely got enough of these coins. I'm just going to grab some more because who doesn't want to grab coins?
Yeah.
And we've
It's
got a
pretty
nice little
irresistible.
river to splash through down here. And the work that's been done on the water effects, I think, is just fantastic.
It's
in this game. It
gorgeous.
looks and sounds very pretty as well, actually. Particularly here, playing with my headphones on, getting
Oh, there's the lizard.
Oh,
Come
there
here.
he is.
Oh, another one, too.
Lizard.
There's a couple lizards.
I'm in the lizard kingdom. Come here. Why won't you let me play with you? Oh well.
You're not wearing hats? How are you immune to this?
Oh, that's okay. They're really fast. I probably have to sneak up on them and take my time.
Too agile for Mario.
I gotta blend
Too
in,
bad.
be more like a lizard, earn their trust. But that's all right. Let me find one of our little buddies who had a seed. Here we go.
Yeah, there's the poor, unfortunate robot.
Hi. That's okay.
That's a big seed to go inside that robot.
Seriously. Where was he storing that?
Robot places.
I think it was actually in his head. So now he doesn't have the little piece on his head there. I think it just kind of popped out of his skull.
Are you saying you took his brain?
He's not talking anymore.
Maybe.
Oh boy.
No judgments. I needed the seed to get home. So I'm going to tootle my way back over here. This is a... There we go. So this is one of the spots. And we passed by a few of these, but I'm going to try this one out and see what happens. Oh, no, not quite close enough. Here we go.
There we go.
And
Up
up
we
it
go.
goes. So that's my pathway back up to the sunlit surface. And there's a lot of stuff here that I'm not going to show, but there's stuff down here. So when folks have a chance to get their hands on the final game, I highly recommend visiting the Deepwood. It's a really cool spot.
Poke around in every nook and cranny, folks. You'll find something more often than not.
For sure. And so here we actually popped up on the other side of that ridge. So that is where I was coming down. And one of my favorite capture targets is over here. So I would like to introduce our viewers to this wonderful little critter.
Yeah.
This is an uproot. As I suppose you can tell, he's got little planty legs.
Yeah.
And he goes up and then springs back down.
Yeah.
And let's actually take a better look at him.
And his
Hi.
flower pot counts as a hat.
Oh.
So he is all kinds of adorable, all by himself. But
He'd look better with a mustache.
He's trying so hard to get to you.
look. He's glorious.
And now you've become one.
And his
Oh.
little hand leaves. I love the way he waves his little
He's
hand
just
leaves
so
around.
cute, and he's polished himself to a nice shine.
Yeah.
He takes care of himself.
I think he
but-
waxes.
Yeah, with that little mustache.
He
He's,
is pretty shiny.
and his noise. Wait, listen to him walk. He's got the
Waddle,
cutest
waddle.
little squishy feet. So, all right, now I'll show off his ability. So, one of the things that's really cool in this game is all the different capture targets you get are going to give you access to different abilities. So here, I've got this nice springy jump. I can actually shake my Joy-Con to give myself a bit of extra boost. And so I can reach things that normally I wouldn't be able to. And a good chunk of the puzzle solving in this game is actually finding something weird, something maybe that you can't get to or you can't interact with, and then figuring out what in the world is going to let you interact with it. And a lot of times it'll be a capture target. And you have to find maybe the right item, the right enemy, and get it to where you need to be. And a lot of it's trial and error. You just kind of mess around, you make some new friends, take over their bodies.
And a lot of time the
Climb
challenge
trees.
will be, oh, I see I need to bring this kind of enemy to this spot, but how on earth can I get an enemy, that can't jump, for example, to this place to use it?
And different capture targets, they'll have different advantages, but also some different weaknesses. So a lot of it's going to be kind of getting experience with these different enemies and finding out how they work to your advantage, and also how you have to be careful with them so you look after them if you're trying to get them from A to B. And yeah, he's just adorable. Look at his little legs. Okay, that's enough. I've appreciated my little friend and his cuteness, and I'm going to actually head back down this way because we have enough coins. We could actually go get that outfit. I'm going to leave you here, bud. Hi, and actually
he's
this is
so
kind of
dizzy.
interesting, so I'm just going to hang out with him. He's a little dizzy.
He's dizzy.
Feels a little funky.
Oh, and his poor eyes.
Had him bouncing around for a while, but if I hang out long enough, so what I can do, grab him again. So if I had to finish something up, maybe there was a task I had to complete as Mario, I could let go of my capture target, and while it's sitting there dizzy, I can get something else done and then recapture it. But if I leave him long enough, he's actually going to warp back to where he started. So he's okay. He's no the worse for wear. He's going to go home. Ooh, coins. Wait. Coins.
Oh.
Come
Whoa,
here.
that's a big stack of
Oh my
coins.
God.
Ah, come here.
I didn't see where that came from. Where did that come from?
Oh, it went down somewhere I don't want to go. Shoot.
Oh.
I missed it. No, it bounced out of one of the bushes. But that is not something I want to show folks just yet, so I'm going to let that go. Whee! Splash.
Ooh,
And
nice.
also,
Oh,
doesn't
and
it-
he's wet.
Yeah,
Look
his
at him coming
his
out of
water
the water.
texture looks so cool.
Oh man, the detail. That's so amazing. I love it.
Drips for a little bit as he's splashing around.
The
That's
detail
okay.
work in this game is just insane.
Hey, I'll tell you, every time I see a new ROM of this game, they've hit the textures up again and brushed them up, and it's always interesting firing up the new ROM and seeing what they've done. Spend money. I will spend money. I will
now.
spend money on that. Thank you. And we showed changing in Crazy Cap in our last segment, so I'm actually going to hang on to these because there's another place that we can go to change, and I'd like to show that off. All right, buddy, thank you as well. Maybe later. Why, thank you. All right, so I have got my...
And you'll notice there's souvenirs for sale there as well that are specific. These are the Steam Gardens souvenirs that you can decorate the Odyssey with.
Oh, actually, and I'll point those out as well because we're actually going to take a peek inside. So here,
Oh, yeah.
I've got a sticker that would actually go on the outside, kind of like a bumper sticker for your car. I
Yeah.
can decorate my Odyssey, and then some souvenirs there. I won't scroll any farther, but there's goodies to be had in each of these kingdoms.
Yeah, I love that
New music.
customization. You could just pick and choose how you want your Odyssey to look like.
I totally
Little
dig
dance moment.
this kingdom, so I'm going to get all of its stuff first. Yeah.
And rolling, because Mario has a very strong stomach and he does not get dizzy. And so this is the Odyssey, and we're actually going to take a look inside so we can show off what's going on in our ship. So this is the interior of the Odyssey. And you can see I've got some really interesting shelves up here. So I've got some spots I can put some things as I collect some new stuff. Got a nice little seat. I can just chill out and have a relax here by my coffee table if I want to. But I've also got this closet here. And I can change to my new outfit pieces here. So I'll hit up the Explorer outfit.
Nice.
Looking
And there's even a mirror.
boss. Yes, I can actually see if I can get myself positioned right to get the angle. Where am I? Over here. Close. There's my hat. Okay, so I'm over here. There,
yeah, there we
are.
go.
Hey.
Yeah, it's pointed toward the
Center of the room,
here.
yeah.
So I'm thinking Mario's looking good. I'm feeling Explorer appropriate now, so this might actually be a good time to visit that Sphinx and say hi. Maybe throw a couple rocks around for good measure. Hi, buddy. I'm going to leave him alone for now. That's all right. So let's head over here and pay this fellow a visit. Okay, so what did Bowser steal from this kingdom? Water, wood, flowers, or soil? Now, based on the conversation that we had with those Steam Gardeners earlier,
I'm going with flowers.
I think flowers are what got taken.
Yeah.
All right, so now I can head a little bit further into this area. Got some more local currency to grab. Always good to catch those. And these are actually fun too. We've got these little signposts. As you're playing through the game, you'll learn how to do different moves, get some different tips and tricks. So as you see these signposts, it's really worthwhile to take a look at those and see what they have to offer. And
some of those are returning moves, like the backward somersault, but others are brand new or hat specific and that sort of thing.
So this is a very different spot. Got some really cool stuff going over here in the corner.
Wow.
But first, I've got this purple stuff. Now, you see I can splash it around with Cappy, which is good because if I actually come in contact, and I'll do it because I'm a foolish person. Ow!
Oh, yeah, that hurts.
So I have to be very careful of this purple business, and thankfully Cappy's able to splash it away. And you'll see that there are actually some coins hidden under it. So I've run into this obstacle, but it's actually really in my best interest to try to deal with it, because I'm going to find some more coins. And as I think with the rest of this game, you just never really know what's waiting for you in spots, so it's really worth checking every little corner. We got some nice views over here, some more off into the woods, and some other activity over there, but I'm going to head back this way. Get a bit more of that out here.
I love the surf guitar music here.
Yeah, the contrast from the very environment ambient noise that we just came from. It kind of matches.
Butterflies.
Yeah, it kind of matches like the girders that kind of offstand from the rest of the environment. It just comes hand in hand, I guess.
I'm sure.
All right, so let's hit the checkpoint flag first, and then I've got the binoculars. So these are returning from previous Mario games. So when I grab this guy, I can get a really nice look at what's coming up. So I can see the Brutals, it looks like, are hanging out up there.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of terrain up here.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff I can see already that I'm not even close to touching on in this segment. But this is a really big kingdom, and there's a lot of interesting surprises there. We got another rocket ship like we saw in our first segment back in New Donk City. So just to give you a little bit of a sense of what's out here, and I can zoom in and out a little bit, get a closer look. There's another one of my little buddies. Hi,
another
Uproot.
one.
Just putting around doing his thing. All right, so there I will pop out. And I've got some piranha plants up here. They're spitting that same purple goo, so I know I have to be careful with these guys. And this is actually a good chance to talk about the camera control as well. So just as I'm kind of getting the lay of the land before I head forward, this is all just really smooth movement that I'm able to do with my right stick. So I can get a really nice view. You'll notice there Mario goes a little translucent when I'm really close, so I'm not blocked as far as my view goes with what he's doing. And I can get a really nice view. And his idle animations are actually fantastic too. So it's kind of nice just to let Mario hang out for a minute as you're figuring out where you want to go next and just kind of watching what he gets to. He might actually take a nap here. See if he will.
Oh.
Maybe gonna get comfortable.
Step one.
Gonna
sit
sleep.
down.
Yeah.
So Mario talks in his sleep, and it is adorable. So if you have an opportunity, if you happen to be here and you are messing around with the show floor realm, if you have a couple seconds to let Mario take a little nap, it's really cute.
Now you're all purple.
I am so purple, and I actually stay messy. All right, Cappy is taking one for the team there, and actually, the piranha plants are eating him. So here, no more spitting purple goo, and I can just give him a little punt.
I like that tag team work there.
Yeah, it's nice that Cappy's invincible. He takes a fair amount of punishment in this game. So
It's a hard life for a hat.
there we go.
Your iconic
All
question
right.
mark boxes.
So I can hop up there, but I'm actually going to take a little stroll this way.
Yeah.
And be very careful again of these. This grossness. Boom!
Feels good to just be able to kick over a piranha plant.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
that, piranha plant. I'm not that skinny kid from the beach anymore. Come here. I want to take this one out too. I want to get a little bit lower so I can get the right angle on him though, because Cappy is going to go kind of in a straight line. He's not going to go up or down when I'm using him this way. So I need to be very careful. I can certainly throw him, so if I swing my arms up, with the motion controls, I get a nice forward throw. If I swing them down, I actually get a nice forward roll.
Oh, that's pretty
But
good.
when I toss him, it's really tossing on a level plane, so I need to be very careful of where I am in relation to where I'm throwing him to make sure that I'm actually making contact with what I'm going to make contact with. So, let's sneak over here. Don't want to leave any question blocks unsmashed. Yeah, music here is really kind of nice and jazzy.
I gotta say, I really like this girder environment. It's bringing me back to the DK stages, and
Totally,
I
yeah.
absolutely love DK. So this is very nostalgic for me.
And I love the color contrast with, you got the red metal and the green plants and everything. It's both a texture and a color contrast. It really looks fantastic.
Yeah. And you can tell this has been here a while because it has this growth on it.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff going on here with what looks like maybe steam coming out of those pipes as well. And I guess being the steam gardens, they are maybe using that in some way. Hi!
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Yay! I'm just so happy. So good. Okay, enough of that. I swear, the first time I captured one of these guys, I just ran around giggling like an idiot for
Yeah,
a
Sam,
good
I've
5
been meaning to talk to you
minutes.
about your uproot problem.
It's you call it a problem, it's not a problem. It's a way of life. It's magic. And they make a cute little noise when they hit that top.
You guys are trying to one-up each other? Is that what's happening?
We're dancing. This is how they communicate. Maybe we're just kind of hanging out, but I don't want them to hurt me. So
It's like how
I will
bees
they hurt
communicate
each
the
other
duplication of
instead.
flowers.
Oh, buddy. So this is an interesting, almost really a side-scrolling section where I need to use my uproots abilities. It's worth clearing out some other stuff here too, just to see what's maybe hidden away. Oh, hello.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Nice. Your fourth moon.
Ooh.
Yeah, and there's
Let's
that little
see some
counter
more.
on the upper left to tell you how many moons you've gotten. And the first time you arrive in a kingdom, there's a number of moons you need in order to get to the next kingdom. And it'll show up as little outlines. This particular ROM, because it's for Treehouse Live only, it doesn't show that because we're not trying to get to the next kingdom. But
Now we're
it
going to
helps you
show
keep
little bits and pieces here, but there's certainly a lot more going on in these kingdoms that we've got here.
yeah.
And the beautiful reflection texture on these girders too.
Oh, you're
Steam
right.
gardeners look after their place. They keep
They
it
really
very
do.
tidy.
They're hard workers.
All right, so I got some more coins there. And here, I'm actually gonna pop this up to the top and try to
It's coming for you.
pop over this guy. Come here. Come on. Come over this way. There we go. I'll lure you away. And now
You going for your pacifist run, Sam?
There we go. Oh, I don't want to hurt these little guys. They're too precious. They just want to do their thing. Maybe have some sun and some fertilizer. All right, so we've got some coins up here. Certainly don't want to miss those. And we're getting very close to our objective, so this is the next spot.
And these little checkpoint flags
There we
mean you
go.
can warp there in the future, which is
I'll actually let my little buddy
super handy when you're going
rest here.
back later for completion goals and such.
So he's dizzy, and just looking back, so it's worth it, I think, as you're progressing through these kingdoms, every once in a while to stop and take a look backwards, because you're going to see some things that you maybe didn't notice, didn't realize were there. So there, for example, I've got some regional coins that I didn't hit on this run, but looking at them from this direction, I can see, oh, there's something there. There's some other interesting stuff going on in that corner, too, so it's certainly worthwhile, backtracking
Yeah.
and taking another look at spaces, and there's a whole bunch of stuff over here.
Sure,
that I did
especially
not
when
get a
you're a
chance to hit.
completionist and you want to get every single moon and every single item that's the world
Yeah.
has to offer.
Oh, yeah, and this game will keep a completionist busy for a good long while.
Yeah. There's so much stuff to find here. Oh, so here we go. That little Pronopont actually made the mistake of chomping onto that rock I threw over.
Oh,
But I will leave him to rest now. All right, I'm ready. Boom!
Nicely done.
I'm gonna clear out some more of this because I want to make sure if there's any goodies under here, any hidden coins. I want to find these, and there we go. That cap spin is really handy in that spot.
yeah.
That looks
And-
really good too when you execute it.
Yeah, the cap spin's a great move for clearing territory around you. If you've got a lot of enemies nearby, or maybe you have, like in this case, a lot of this toxic liquid nearby as well, it gives you a really good kind of circle of protection around you. And it can be actually helpful for some boss fights as well, just to give yourself a little bit of a perimeter of safety. Your turn, buddy. I'm sorry. You gotta go. And here,
Oh, it's a big
we've
one.
got an impressive big piranha plant going on. And if we take a look closer up here, I might actually see. Oh,
And there's the
Oh,
brutal
you're getting
ship.
close to them.
they're our friends.
The HMS Brutal.
Beautiful, beautiful wedding planners.
They live
All
up
right.
to their name.
They're
They're pretty brutal.
They are brutal as well as being, bridal.
Well, it's a hard job, and
Yeah.
it's a cutthroat business. Got to make yourself stand out. And maybe being willing to take on all challenges and fight people is how they make their wedding planning firm stand out.
If you have enemies intent on stopping your wedding, these are the folks to hire.
Yes, good to note. So there. Oh, the rock. It's not
All
tasty.
right.
I'm sorry, buddy. Oh, I know that didn't taste good at all.
Okay.
I want to get you, though. All right, almost
Well,
there.
Sam, we're just about out of
Bam.
time here, Sam. Perfect timing.
Done.
Yeah, well done.
So that was the Wooded Kingdom, which is our Treehouse Live exclusive
Each of the
area.
kingdoms, while you return to the same handful of kingdoms a few times, they look very different depending on the circumstances. So the first time you go to the Sand Kingdom, it's the daytime, and this is what we're showing you here. This is part of the floor ROM here. This is a segment from a little bit later, but you can get there if you're on the floor. And then after a little bit here, I'm going to show a bit from the nighttime version of the Sand Kingdom. And then later on, we'll do some more of that kind of shenanigan with the City Kingdom. Sorry, the Metro Kingdom.
I think that's one of the things that's really impressed me over the course of development watching
Ah.
this. Oh no, Mario.
Sorry.
That's okay. But watching this game come together, and it's certainly still in development, so there's a lot of stuff that the dev team's still working on. But within the kingdoms, as they built them out and continued to refine them and add more content, there are so many interesting places that you can find within each space, and certainly even over the course of E3, we're not even showing you everything that's in either one of the kingdoms that we're showing here or
not at
the
all.
Wooded Kingdom. There's so many interesting places to find, particularly off the beaten path, I think.
I should also mention that not every kingdom has a day and a night cycle, but they all do change depending on game circumstances. Right now the desert is frozen. Mario can eventually solve this problem. It won't be frozen anymore. That kind of difference.
When I was playing this, I can't be patient when I'm on these platforms and I'm doing backflips and just running around, and I get killed so many times just because I can't stand still. I got ADD or something.
Normally I'm kind of the same way, but I got humbled just now by falling, so I'm playing a little bit more safe.
Almost.
But not safe enough.
You're almost there.
Okay. Here we go.
So one thing I want to mention for folks who are watching, our last segments we were using the Joy-Con Plus wrist straps, but in this segment we're going to be using the Pro Controller. That is fully supported, as well as any other controller option that we've got available for the Switch. So we're mixing it up a little bit here just to show you how smooth the controls feel with Pro as well.
Yeah, so this is the Moai habitat, home, logically enough, of the Moais. That's these guys.
Are awesome.
They're kind of shy.
Run away!
Also, this here is a moon fragment, or, yeah. And you need 5 of those, as you can probably tell by the little counter on the top middle of the screen, to get a power moon. But they're scattered around here. And the other thing that's significant about Moais, besides they're being extremely shy,
and having fantastic fashion sense.
yeah, is that they are capturable, and which means mustachable. So,
oh, that looks glorious.
Yeah. You'll notice my control prompt there is put on take off shades. Why would I want to put on my shades, you say? It doesn't get too bright here. Moais can see invisible stuff. So that little moon fragment there that's hovering over the poison lake of awful is totally gettable. But also, having your sunglasses on makes the Moais walk slowly. So that's the reason you don't just keep them on all the time.
They're just kind of chilling out when they got the sunglasses on, like just kind of taking it easy. But it's also
stroll
really
it.
cute when they're doing that really slow stroll. They have this really cute little hum that they do, where they're just kind of like moseying along.
Yeah, I don't know if you can catch
The
that on the
audio's
stream.
cute. Maybe. Let's see if we can pop the sunglasses down.
There it is.
Yeah. So it's also going to point out that there's these birds here that are hovering, or apparently hovering in midair. But of course, the Moai can see that they're on this thing. And there's some collectible coins over there but the moai can't jump.
They're a
So if
little
you
on
want
the
to get
heavy
them, the birds are giving you a hint of what's going on there. But you have to be brave and trust your analog stick skills to rock in a relatively straight path. Yes, okay.
Wow, you did it the hard way.
What's the easy way?
Turn the camera, right? And then just go straight forward.
I suppose. If you want to take all the sport out of it.
And actually, just coming back to those birds, one thing that's worth keeping in mind in this game, birds seem to know what's up. If you're not sure where to find maybe that next moon that you need, keep an eye out for birds and see what they're getting up to.
Yeah, you can see the shadow of a bird up there, and experience tells me, oh, look, it's glowy.
He does look a little unusual for a bird.
Yeah, pay attention to birds. There's several kinds in this game, and they are all meaningful. Except maybe pigeons. I'm not sure they do anything.
I think they just make the world a better place by just being there and bouncing around.
They might just be decorative, but they're pretty cool. Yeah. So looking around for more bits of moon fragments.
Oh yeah, we've got Bowser's footprints there as well.
Yeah, Cappy is, if you haven't seen our earlier segments, then that's Cappy, who is your actual hat in his native form of a white top hat. These birds seem to be reminding me, oh, there's a moon fragment up here. And then let's head over to this conspicuous elevator spot here.
So
remember that? Sorry?
Oh, no, you go ahead.
I was just going to remember, Moai can't jump, so they need these elevator things. And look, birds hovering. Yep.
So just as a quick recap for folks who are maybe coming to us a little bit later on over the E3 process here and not sure what Odyssey is all about, this is a Mario game that's really in the spirit of Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine. So we're coming back to this kind of sandbox style of Mario engineering where we've got these really fascinating spaces that are really densely packed with content that you want to surprise yourself by tracking down new things, experimenting. And if you're interested actually in the background of that kind of sandbox Mario-style content, we actually just put up a post on the Nintendo Treehouse Tumblr. Bill Trinan talking about this concept, hakoniwa, in Japanese, this kind of walled garden concept that came about with bonsai. And it's a really interesting way to understand how the developers are really thinking about the sandbox space that they're building.
Yeah. So I just got the last of the moon fragments, which caused a power moon to appear. And now I'm going to abandon this guy up here where he will never, ever escape.
How's he get down?
He doesn't.
He might have a family down there, man.
And I'm just going to be heartless about it. He's
sorry,
cool.
buddy.
He's put on his shades. He's chill.
We won't forget you and your sacrifice.
I will.
Oh, dude. You got to remember these capture targets.
And I like the same rules still apply, even if Mario didn't capture them. They still move in the same way, where the shades makes them move slow, and then they have to take them off to run away.
It looks surprised with his little shades up there.
It is interesting for a giant creature made of stone that they are as bashful as they are.
They are.
Pretty sure they could just walk across you and deal with you if they had a problem with you.
So that was where that was the daytime segment I was going to show you. Now
upcoming segment too that I think might remind people of a certain boss in that game.
So here we are in Toast Arena at night. It is, of course, cold because it's still frozen. Like I said, Mario can fix that later, but
whoa! And
the undead haunt these lands.
So these little guys are chinchos, and they make the desert sand situation much more challenging because they keep springing out, particularly when you're in wide open spaces, and they will just keep gathering. You have to be very careful to keep an eye on your surroundings because you can have a whole bunch of those guys sneak up behind you if you're in the middle of something else. You won't even realize they're there.
And there's an infinite supply of them. There is no way to deal with them so you can explore in safety. So I also wanted to highlight a few of the fast travel options. So because the worlds are huge, you have to be able to get around quickly. One thing, if you've activated a checkpoint flag, as Cappy helpfully explains, you can go straight to it. This map, I haven't done much in this particular map, but I also wanted to point out the sort of travel brochure thing we're doing here. There's little articles about highlights of the areas, done exactly like it was the sort of travel map you might get at the hotel lobby.
And if you peruse that text, there might be some hints in there as
well.
There
are, yeah.
It's worth reading the brochure.
Yep, it is. So this is a Jaxi, and I think this is what Matt was alluding to.
Right, yeah, this is it.
I love his voice.
Yes. So Jaxis are a very fast way to travel and not entirely relaxing.
Exhilarating.
Yeah, let's go with accelerating.
Giddy up!
So they are very fast.
And they can just plow through the chinchos, which is nice. But they're okay. You can, as the button tells you, you can break. They're immune to the poison. You can break, but you can't break for very long. So you basically just use it to make quick corrections.
I wonder if we can swing the camera around to show when he breaks, because his animation when he breaks is really cute.
Yeah.
Why are you making me go slow?
And Mario just barely holding on.
Yeah, his facial expression when he's riding the Jaxi is pretty priceless.
Yeah.
And these little spots that we'll see here with the bench and the little signpost, those are actually Jaxi stands.
Yeah.
So if you need to call back your Jaxi, that's a convenient way to do it.
Yeah, if I go into this building and come out, the Jaxi won't be there anymore, but I could summon him again at the Jaxi stand.
And it's honestly really fun to just like whip around this kingdom on the Jaxi.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, but be careful about edges and cliffs.
There's also one Jaxi-specific sublevel that I am probably not going to attempt today because I'm terrible at it. But you'd have to have really good Jaxi steering controls.
Yeah, I think if you thought that whole penguin slide in 64 was hard, wait till you try the Jaxi maze. It is not for the faint of heart.
All right, so here's bullet bills. Got to capture those. As we mentioned earlier, bullet bills are one of the capture targets you can't hold on for very long because they do tend to explode.
And they have this nice little headlight up front, which is really nice when you're trying to do this precision steering in a space like this. So you can kind of line up your positioning, and then maybe you want to give yourself a speed boost. You can do that and feel confident about where you're heading.
Yeah. All right, so now there's another cannon over here. Basically, every time you see a platform in this particular area, you want to trade out your bullet bill because you need a fresh one. And I decided to be a daredevil and grab this, and conveniently my enemies destroyed each other.
But you really do want to grab all these coins.
Yeah.
Another little bit of recap. So we've got two different kinds of currency in this game. We've got the gold coins, traditional Mario coins, which you can collect in any of the kingdoms, and you can spend those in any of the kingdoms as well at the Crazy Cap shop. But then those purple coins are the regional currency, and you can only collect those and spend those in the kingdom that they're from.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good stuff.
Dang it.
Oh, Mario, no.
I got confused about left and right there for a sec.
I was about to say, Motokuro-san yesterday talked about the reasoning behind that, and me going to foreign countries myself and dealing with different currencies depending on where I'm at, I thought really made sense, and I thought it was a really cool touch.
Yeah, I remember I was in Japan for the first time, and I was completely I don't know what to do with any of this money. Is this the correct? I just gave bills every time, and I collected this huge mass of coins that I didn't know what to do with anymore because I didn't know what they were worth.
Yeah, I know when you always felt kind of guilty going to a new place and you're just holding out your money some of this is the right? which ones do you need?
And here, money is upside down triangles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cool stuff you can buy with the currencies. So different outfits for Mario is certainly part of it. There are souvenirs that you can use to decorate the outside of your Odyssey, and also you can decorate the inside. And some other goodies in those stores as well. So it's worth hitting every Crazy Cap you find just to see what they've got in stock.
Yeah. It also occurred to me just as you said that, Matt, that the money here is upside down. Maybe this isn't fated to be.
That's all right.
The money here is upside down triangles,
We'll
and it's probably a reference to the inverted pyramid, which is one of the big local scenes. I'm going to try this one more time, and then we'll just move on to the city material I had planned.
I believe in you. You got this.
Thank you. Thank you. And
I believe in your next
faith
attempt.
in me was misplaced.
I believe in your next attempt. Maybe we'll skip those coins and go for the wider one.
All right, there's a slightly wider door there. Let's try that, and then I'll give up. All right.
One other thing that I know Motokuro-san mentioned earlier on 83 as well, I don't know if it came up in the stream, but just through a conversation earlier, is the fact that in this kingdom in particular, a lot of it was inspired by his own trip to Mexico and how much he loved it there. And the architecture and the aesthetic there. And I think the development team has actually drawn a lot over personal travel that a lot of them have done into different places.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was not on the stream because I didn't hear that. That's neat.
It's a bit of a love letter to their experiences traveling.
Another thing I love.
It's a lot like driving a car without brakes.
Well, yeah, and it's a lot like.
Oh, you got it. You're good.
Shooter games on the arcade era or 8-bit era where you had overhead view.
Yeah.
So I love how this game has the 3D adventure. It has the 2D platforming with Mario.
And it's daytime, which is where the floor demo gets you. And we're going to use some regional coins here, because there's a level that you can only get to if you have a certain outfit. So I'm going to grab all my regional coins that I can find.
And there's actually a really interesting little audio cue over there a little further. I wonder if we can go back and hear
Oh,
that.
back over this way?
A little bit further back the way you came, but that's actually a little audio cue that tells you a moon is nearby.
Little sparkly
I don't know if
sound.
we want to go hunt it out now, but
Yeah.
it's worth keeping an ear out if you happen to be here at E3 and you're playing the demo.
Yeah.
If you start hearing this little noise,
Oh,
think
I see
I saw
something
a hint of it.
spinning
Yeah.
around there, yeah. Yeah, it pays to play this game with headphones. All right, so here I am turning myself into electricity to travel by wires, as everyone does in the city. And let's see, here's a couple of regional coins. And I believe that's actually a portrait of Mayor Pauline on the coins,
Right.
which is cool.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
she's a very beloved civic servant. When you talk to folks here, a lot of folks in New Donk City have lovely things to say about Mayor Pauline. And yeah, she seems like she's doing a great job running the city.
Yeah.
Right.
There's one lady who wants to talk about how much she loves her hat because it's just like Mayor Pauline's hat.
Ooh,
Ooh.
nice. She's inspiring fashion,
She
trend
is.
setting. But I like that there's so many little nods to Donkey Kong in this space that you got to think, okay, Pauline, like they're on good terms now.
Yeah. Oh, and I was mentioning fast travel options here. Another one, of course, is the motor scooter,
This is cute.
which is certainly the most stylish way for Mario to get around town.
And actually a really nice execution of HD Rumble as well. Unfortunately, we can't really communicate that clearly to folks who are watching, but it actually feels like you're riding a scooter. You feel that rumble in your hands as if you were holding onto the handlebars.
Yeah. It's pretty lovely.
Mario, not the best driver.
No.
He also does not approve of pylons.
His practice is all in
You see
driving
the
bullet
little rat
bills.
there?
Yeah, there's rats here in this otherwise fantasy city, which is very strange to me. Oh, I know where there's some regional coins. Let's go over here and become one of these guys for no really good reason except that it's super fun.
Oh, actually, while we're nearby, should we maybe pop by to show folks why you're collecting these coins?
Oh, the crazy cap?
Because we have a purpose.
Well, I will show them when we get the outfit.
Okay.
Yeah. They'll figure it out. They're
There's
smart.
Pauline.
Yeah, so Pauline, as we mentioned at this point, in our first segment, we talked about how the actual story objective here is for her, help her collect up a bunch of musicians. And I guess I have choices. There's lots of collectible coins all over the place. And I've over-prepared, and I know where they all are now.
Ooh,
Actually,
bass
not even
player.
remotely all of them.
Nice.
All right, so I needed 15. I've got 15.
Get one more for good measure.
One more for good measure. That way I can tip the guy. All right. Zoom. Oh, that was another new move there.
Right.
The sort of power tackle. I can't remember what it's called right now.
And you can go into a roll after that, right?
Well, yes, you can.
Yeah, this is my favorite new move. I love that.
Yeah, the roll is fantastic.
Yeah.
It will quickly become your favorite way of getting from A to B. All right, so Crazy Cap stores, all of them are divided into two. There's the place where you spend your yellow coins and the place where you spend your purple coins.
And this is actually the original location, so
Oh,
this is, I think, the flagship store.
exclusive.
Okay, yes. All right. So yeah, this builder helmet might look familiar to people who have enjoyed other Mario games.
Yes, sir. That outfit is off the chain chomp.
Wow.
Oh my god, I love that.
You heard it here first, folks.
Oh my goodness. That's got to catch on.
All right. So now I am fashionably dressed.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's really nice.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah.
So as we showed in our
Ow.
earlier segments, there are some spots that you have to meet a certain dress code expectation
Yeah.
to get through.
Yeah. And I'm climbing and rolling. And this guy. Hi, this guy. He's a simple little man.
I do like the fact that he has no concern at all that you were like running and rolling and bounding over to him, as you would expect a building inspector to do as they're on their way to work.
So this is what building inspectors in New Donk City do. They check out the electrical wires for fuzzies, I guess.
Oh, fuzzies.
Oh, and these guys, I can't remember what they're called right now. but they're bad. Oh, no. Dang it. Okay. So this treasure chest is filled with coins. A fair number of coins.
A lot of coins.
Yeah.
A lot of coins.
Nice.
Wow.
They just keep coming. Yay.
Coins, of course, are also how you come back from losing a life. So you definitely want to have as many coins as possible at your disposal.
And there's also some really cool stuff that's available in the Yellow Crazy Cat stores, especially in the late game. They start adding more product later on, and some of those are super fun. All right, so I have to be careful now. I'm down to my last part. All right, zoom up here, and then over here, and then back down here, and zoom. A lot of zooming. It is cool to be electricity. All right, and then over here,
All right.
we've got moon fragments. And gotta, of course, watch that timing.
Yeah.
Super carefully.
Almost. What?
Oh, that was too
There's
much.
one more down the
There's
corner
one
there.
more down there. All right.
You've got
Not
one
too
hit
late.
left. It's the moment of truth.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, dude, good job. Nice.
Nice.
All right, that made the heart go, or the moon go. Thinking about hearts because I'm down to one.
Well, in the good news column, that moon will recharge you once you grab it.
Yes,
So
that is
get your
indeed
health back.
good news. And yeah.
Nice.
Nicely well.
Okay.
And I think you've got one more spot to.
So way up there at the top of the building. All right, so this is a THL specific ROM that is already activated the checkpoint flag. And I'm going to hop inside here for a minute because I want to show you both these super gross urban sting bees. You may remember sting bees from, I believe it was Mario 64. They were sort of cute conical bees. These are
guys are
much,
not so
much
cute.
grosser.
Yeah, their little maggoty form creeps me out.
Yeah. But also I wanted this thing. So the life up heart is the only sort of traditional power up in the game, but with so many things you can capture, it's the only one you need.
I also
There's
love
so many different ways you can get powers in this game.
The fact that Bowser is just advertising his wedding by postering all over all of these kingdoms
Yeah.
is it's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
And he paid someone to put a lot of them up, but not well enough to put them up right. They're all peeling off.
Yeah. It feels very Bowser. So I love the rain, and like some of it collects on the screen, as you can probably see, which is super cool.
Yeah, they've
All
really
right.
done a fantastic job with the water effects.
Yeah. And yeah, New Donk City is kind of eerie in its rainy darkness.
You can hear a lot of sirens in the background. There's obviously a lot of bad stuff going on in the city right now.
First responders have their hands filled because there's a giant robot caterpillar on the building.
I think you can deal with that, though. You can just take care of this little problem for
Yeah,
them.
yeah. So yes, this is Mecha Wiggler.
I would say this is my absolute favorite iteration of this enemy.
Yeah.
So good.
He's one of the scarier things that's been in a Mario game. But I will tell you, he is the second scariest boss to me in this game. We're not going to show you the other one yet.
Oh, we'll talk about that after stream, because I want to know who your
Yeah,
number one baddie is.
yeah.
Like when he lands, he gets those little jitters up his legs.
So I need to grab a Sherm, that's what these tank guys are called, and quickly blow up the other one so I don't have to deal with him. And then I need to not get shot, and turn out all the lights on the Mecha Wiggler. Okay, good, good, good.
Nice.
And he grows.
Yay, all right. So now he gets mad, as Wigglers are wont to do.
And one of the big challenges, I think, with the Sherms, they're incredibly powerful, but also slow to move. I mean, they're tanks, so they're not going to turn on a dime. They're not going to be incredibly fast. So you have to be very mindful of your movement whenever you've got a Sherm.
Oh,
Wow,
ooh, that
nice
was close.
dodge.
Thanks. Dodging as a tank is a skill.
Yeah, I can't really strafe a tank.
Yeah.
I also like how the Wiggler changed colors when he got really angry and started moving fast, just
Yeah.
like you would expect.
Just like you expect, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone engineered that exact behavior for some insane reason.
Uh-oh.
Okay, and you can actually shoot these big old energy ball things out of, if you can't dodge them and shoot things instead.
Oh wow, nice shooting.
Thanks. That is the upper limit of where my turret can fire. Okay, I'll have to...
This guy definitely makes you miss the traditional cuddly wiggler, doesn't it?
It really does. My son has a plush one of those, and it's super fun.
Oh, good luck now.
Oh wow.
There will never be a plush of this thing.
Oh, down to regular
Okay.
health.
Oh, nice. One more.
Oh no! Missed it. Oh, and I'm down to 2.
Hopefully one of those has a heart in it soon.
Yeah, some of them have hearts. I'm used to having a little more gyroscopic aiming from the separated Joy-Cons, and I'm missing it.
Oh. Yes.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Nice.
It's so hard too when you're fighting this boss and you have to trundle your way slowly toward a power up. Like, please don't kill me, don't kill me.
Yeah!
All right.
There
Dude,
we
nicely
go.
done.
Thank you. Whew. And we got our Grand Moon. Woo!
So that was our Mecha Wiggler, and
シナリオをやってみましょう。
All right, let's take a look at the Sand Kingdom at night here.
カメラをこうぐるっと見回して、
So let's take a
遠
good look
く
around.
にちょっとオアシスが見えますね。
Oh, and then there's an oasis there in the distance.
でちょっと街まで行ってみましょう。
Let's go into town.
幅跳びをしたり、こうちょっとこうダイブをしたり、いろんなアクションが楽しめます。
Dives, lots of different actions.
ちょっと噴水も凍ったりとかしてマリオも寒そうですね。
So as you can see, the whole town's frozen, and Mario is shivering himself.
It's worth mentioning that there are costumes in the game that will make Mario not shiver in the cold because they're warm enough.
ここに種があるんですけれども、
So we've got a seed here.
種を持っているときはマリオは帽子を投げられません。ここ
But
種を投げてしまうので、
while you're holding the seed, you can't throw your hat.
じゃあ種を植木鉢に
Okay.
植えます。
Let's try planting it in this pot.
芽が出ました。
All right, we've got a bud there.
That seems like the thing to do.
他にもなんかこう種がありそうな場所ってなんかないでしょうか。
So you think there's somewhere else there might be a seed?
well, seeing the 2 pots, there must be 2 other seeds hidden somewhere nearby, I'd assume. And actually, the oasis might not be a bad place to check because there are things growing there. Maybe something dropped a seed.
Seeds come from plants.
Oh, oasisにありそうですね。
そうですよね。では行ってみましょう。
That's right. Let's head there.
おっ
Oh, careful.
夜の砂漠はやっぱり危険ですからね。
Yeah,
こんなに
deserts are dangerous at night.
Yeah, these guys can really catch up on you because they just swarm. And if you're not paying attention to what's going on around you, you could actually have quite a collection of them sneaking up behind you before you even realize it.
Yeah.
You might hear the noise, but if you're focused on something else, you might not catch it.
And they just never stop.
Oh, I
こ
love
れ
this
は
one.
何でしょうか。
What's this?
Oh no.
Poor Lakitu was just fishing and he got trapped in the ice.
Wrong place, wrong time.
寒そうですね。
He looks pretty cold.
ちょっと種を探してみましょう。
Okay, let's see if we can find a seed.
種はないですね。
Can't see one.
I wonder if we could take a step on that ice for a moment, though, just to appreciate how it looks with the. There's some stuff embedded in there as well.
ちょっと氷の上に踏み入ってみます？何か
滑りますね。
I love the
Oh, yeah, you
noise as
slide.
well.
この中にもここの国のコインが埋まってるんですけれども、凍ってるので取れません。
And as you can see, there's some local coins in there, but with the water frozen, can't get to them right now.
Hey, this came up yesterday. Are the coins here upside down triangles because of the inverted pyramid?
ここのコインがトライアングルになっている何か訳がありますか？ピルトもあると思いますがいかがでしょうか？
そうですね。この国の何でしょうか。もしかしたらあれがモチーフになってるかもしれません。
Yeah, it's probably based off that. As you can see there, the inverted pyramid. It's probably based off that motif.
And something cool on top of that tree there.
じゃあこのアイテムを取ってみましょう。
So let's try getting this item. Oh,
これはです
Oh,
ね。
careful.
Oh yeah, they're super delicate to walk on.
時間内に取らないといけない
So you gotta get them all within the time limit, or
Oh, so close.
まあ中にはこういったちょっと難しいまあ遊びっていうのもあるんですけれども、
so there'll be some kind of difficult gameplay elements sometimes like that.
ここでご紹介したいちょっとモードがありまして、任天堂スイッチといえば、とあるモードが、やると、まあ遊びがより広がります。
But since that was kind of hard, well, there's actually a special mode we can do on the Nintendo Switch, which might make it a bit easier. So maybe we'll try that right now.
Sounds great.
はい。
いい
じゃあ
アイデアですね。
これでお裾分けを。
Thank you.
Time to share the joy.
All right. Oh, does this mean I get to wear the extra hat?
あ、じゃあサムも
ごめんなさい。
帽子をかぶります。
Nice.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. So, can I throw the extra hat on now?
Ooh.
Yes. Oh, I've had my eye on these. They look so cool. All right, I'm gonna get dressed for business here.
Nice.
Ready. Ready to say peach.
So what inspired you to add 2 players simultaneous to this game, Otakura-san?
なんで同時で2プレイヤーでできるようにしたいと思われたんでしょうか。
そうですね。任天堂スイッチのコントローラーをうまく使って2人で協力するプレーっていうのを、目指しました。
So we wanted to, have this co-op mode that would make good use of the Nintendo Switch controllers, since it comes with 2 of them.
And actually, if we hop back down to the ground for a moment before we try the music puzzle, I just want to talk for a second about the motion control.
あ、ちょっとやってみる前にモーションコントロールについて話したいんですけど。
はい、じゃあちょっと下降りましょうか。
Perfect.
よいしょ。
So if we stay still here, folks will see the guide on the screen here. So our controls are quite different. So right now, I'm controlling Cappy, and Motakura-san's controlling
コン
Mario.
トロールの説明が出るように。
Pop those up
きっ
here.
と
Ah, there we go. So you can see here our controls are quite different, and we all have quite a range of movement. So Mario's got his traditional running and jumping abilities. He also has the ability to control the camera. He can't throw me without doing something special, which I'm not sure we're going to show here. But I have the ability to move Cappy and also look around and use the camera. And here I have full range of movement. I can just fly wherever my little hatty heart desires. And I think maybe get Cappy very dizzy. All right, should we try that puzzle again?
じゃあやってみますか。
じゃあ先ほど失敗した音符のオブジェクトに挑戦してみましょう。
All right, yeah, let's take a little look at that music note challenge that didn't work too well before.
So I wonder, while we're giving this a go, I don't know that a hat has ever been a player character before. How was it for you designing the control scheme for the hat?
よいしょ。
Oh, let's do it. Whoop, whoop. Okay, almost got him. Oh yeah, let's go. Oh, no closer. Oh, I'm too low.
あ
I'm
もっ
too
と
low.
近づけないと。
Oh!
Yes.
Just barely under the wire.
Oh, that's good. All right.
ギリギリ
But one thing that's kind of different about Cappy here, he can't actually collect the moon. I can just bounce around it, so Mario has to be there to finish the job.
じゃあちょっとここには種がなかったみたいなんで他のところに移動します。
So it looks like there wasn't a seed here after all, so maybe we'll go try out another location.
So one thing that's handy about Cappy here, he's invincible, so I can actually protect Mario as he's running around pretty nicely. As long as I'm feeling generous. I don't fly off in the distance.
まあキャピは無敵ですから、なんかマリオを防衛できますね。
ちょっと先の敵が出てきましたね。
Oh, and there, here's those enemies from before.
You stay away from Mario. No. Leave him alone. Nope. And this is actually a really great way for just to play with maybe a friend who's not sure they want to try the full game yet. And you say, hey, try being Cappy for a bit, and then decide if you want to be Mario.
やっぱり帽子のキャラクターが敵にな
Oh
ってい
no!
て、
Come here, you guys.
ゲームに慣れてない友達と一緒に遊びたいと思ってれば、ちょうどぴったりやってますね。
そうですね。もともとキャッピー、マリオが一人の時の無敵なので、ちょっとバランスがいいんじゃないかなと思ってこうしました。
Yeah, that was certainly intentional on our part. When you throw Cappy, he's invincible, and so we thought that would be a really good opportunity for people who aren't used to games to be able to play with someone else who's a little more advanced, knowing they won't get hurt. It's easier for them to give it a try.
And here we see that Cappy is the solution to the can't throw your hat while holding a seed problem. Seems like you spent a lot of time coming up with good ways to have teamwork in the game. How was the development process for that like?
またいろいろとチームワークできそうですけど、開発の流れでなんか面白い発見がありましたでしょうか。
まずこれを採用する流れなんですけど、最初に、まずマリオのアクションを作ったんですけど、それを帽子にしようということで、その帽子を投げるオブジェクトの方に、キャラクターをつけていく順番で決まっていきました。で、そうなってくるんだったらもうこの人もう一個のコントローラーで操作できた方がいいだろうっていうふうなプロセスで決まってきました。
Yeah, it was a real natural evolution for us in the course of development because we knew that we wanted Mario to be able to throw something, and then we thought, well, he's always wearing a hat, so if he just throws his hat, that would be great. And once we got to that point, realized that people could have more of an emotional attachment if it was also a character. And then, once we realized it was a character, he should be able to move around himself. And so the multiplayer element really just fell into place.
Makes perfect sense.
It is really fun just flying around as a magic, all-powerful, invincible hat. I'm sorry. It's so fun to poke these guys.
You're really mean to them, though.
They just look so cute when their skull spins around. And we noticed there, too, that the seed that we planted at the beginning of the segment has grown quite a bit as well, so it might be worth coming back to that. Maybe not now, but later.
じゃあ無事に種を植えることができたので、ちょっと行きたい場所があるのでそちらに行きましょう。
So since we're able to play buried at second seed now, there's another place I'd like to check out. So we're gonna hop on this Jaxi.
I love riding the Jaxi. It's so fun. Just so fast and so dangerous. And of course, I can still fly away, but I think I'm gonna sit tight.
Yeah.
So I don't get lost.
昨日のツリーハウスライブでも出てたと思います。
So I think you saw this on Treehouse Live yesterday as well.
So I know, Motocross-san, one thing that you mentioned, I think maybe in an interview earlier, was that some of the world here was inspired by a trip you took to Mexico.
でさっきの取材で元倉さんがメキシコに行った旅のきっかけがあって、メキシコの国を作りたいというコメントがありましたけど、
はい、そうですね。すごいいろんな魅力的なところであったり、マリオのアクションに活かせそうなところがたくさんありましたので、ぜひ作りたいと思いました。
Yeah, there were just so many like different, wonderful and charming places there, and so many places that seemed like they'd be great opportunities for Mario-type actions to be used.
Oh, and we're slippery here. I don't have to worry about that because I don't have feet, but Mario's definitely got a problem.
One of the things I find fascinating about this game is that when I'm playing in this area, I wish for there were Goombas, because Goomba's feet don't slip. And so here I am wishing for an enemy to use as a power-up.
Oh, careful. All right, so we took a little look up above us earlier, and there's some goodies pretty high. Oh, careful. There we go. Nice. Let's see here. Come back from jumping. And what's nice as well, since both of us have camera control, if one of us is doing a particularly complicated either a series of jumps, or in Cappy's case, maybe trying to collect something really fast, if your partner is feeling generous, they can actually adjust the camera for you, so you don't even have to worry about that, and they'll just get a good angle for you to see. But teamwork's certainly important. You don't want to be fighting over the camera.
No.
Almost. But here, this angle looks good, so I'm not gonna mess with it.
Nice.
Almost. Nice. So if we take a look over here,
Oh, look at all those.
that
じゃあそこを
is
ちょっと挑戦してみたいと思います。
Definitely want to try and get over there.
okay. So I'm gonna get myself in position here. Let me know if I need to adjust though.
もうちょっと奥がいいですかね。
Maybe just a little further.
There.
That's good. That's good.
That looks really far.
luck.
Yes! Teamwork.
These stacks of coins are really satisfying.
Yeah.
We can die a whole bunch now and not worry about it.
Now, for the record, that would be possible in single player, but it's much easier in two player with a cooperative friend.
Definitely harder. All right, so there we're.
じゃあこれ
Look
で
ahead.
ですかね、森のステージに行きましょうか。
So, should we head to the wooded stage, maybe?
Oh, sure,
Here?
absolutely. Let's swap systems really quick. I'll return this to you. All right, here we go. So we are back in the Wooded Kingdom here. And one thing I think we definitely need to talk about with you guys is that T-Rex that we saw down in the deep wood. Can you tell us a little bit more about the inspiration for adding a T-Rex and tell our viewers a bit more about, what came into bringing things like that into a Mario game?
深い森には恐竜もいると思いますが、なんで恐竜をマリオのゲームに入れたいと思ったんでしょうか。
今回のゲームのテーマが驚きなので、スーパーマリオワールドの恐竜ランドとはちょっと違ったデザインというのにチャレンジしています。
So the theme of this game is obviously surprises. So previously in Super Mario World we had Dino Island, Dino Land, but we wanted to try for this game, kind of a different design of dinosaur, something we hadn't seen in a Mario game before.
きっとこの地球上にもまだ恐竜が住んでいるところとか、まだ僕らが見たことないようなところっていうのがまだまだ残ってるんじゃないかなと思います。
And I think maybe there are places on Earth where dinosaurs still exist, and maybe we just haven't found them yet.
I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed because if it's a dinosaur, after playing this game, I want to put a hat on it and then take it for a little ride. We can be friends.
Now, I've been curious for months about the sky here. Can you tell me about why we have it's huge sort of sci-fi looking sky? Are those real mountains on the other side of it? Where are we? And what's going on here?
それの方ちょっと怪しいですけど、サイファイっぽいドームのような形になっていますが、どうでしょうか。
はい。ここの国は巨大な温室で覆われています。結婚式で使う花っていうのを、育てているところなんです。
So this kingdom here, this land here is actually basically a giant greenhouse, and it's where the flowers that will ultimately be used in the wedding ceremony are being raised.
で細かくはお伝えできないんですけれども、いろんな国にまだそういった結婚式で使うものっていうものが関係するものが出てきます。
And I can't go into too many details, but basically every kingdom will have something within it that will be related to the wedding and some connection to that.
At least I guess it's nice that Bowser's pulling out all the stops, sparing no expense. So I'm going to hop up this way. And one thing that we haven't really shown, I think we've shown a little bit in some of our earlier demos, but swimming we haven't really shown in too much detail. And there's a spot here where I can take a nice swim, but there's also another spot I want to visit, a different kind of environmental texture that I'm very excited about. I want to roll down, but I'm scared.
Don't fall.
There we go. See, Daredevil's fun sometimes. Just see if you can do it. Come here, buddy. I got to get my favorite again. Oh, no, come here, bud. Yes.
You always hurt the ones you love.
Sorry, I think this is one of my favorite capture targets. I love the uproots. So I'm going to take him for a stroll. So we're actually going to head down this way. And I guess I want to keep this guy, but I also want to be safe, so I'm going to leave him here for now and head off to this little corner here. And we've got another little friend to meet.
Fire, bro. I love this fire.
Yeah, I know with the different environmental animations that you brought in and the different textures with a lot of very realistic fire and water, and just I think looking at the aesthetics overall of this series, can you tell us a little bit more about the kind of overall art direction concept that you guys had as you're working on this game?
またヒーローエフェクトも結構うまくできてると思いますし、水もちょっと気になってますので、全体的にアートスタイルについて何かコメントいただけますか。
はい。今回はキノコ王国っていうのを飛び出してマリオがいろんな国を冒険しますので、自分たちが実際外国に行った時に感じるなんていうんですかね、ドキドキする違和感というものを、表現しようとしています。
So, since this is a game about Mario going on a big adventure and leaving the Mushroom Kingdom, we wanted to basically create a world that would bring out the same kind of emotions that, you normally have when you visit a foreign land, that kind of feeling of, things being kind of different, but it's very, very exciting.
アートディレクターと日々相談しながら、どれぐらいの、なんでしょう、アートの幅を持たせたら良いかとか、ゲーム全体でバランスを取ったらいいかということを話しています。
So, there's been a lot of day-to-day discussion with the art director, like how far should we go? How different should it look from the Mushroom Kingdom? And we focused a lot on getting that balance right.
On the topic of looks, this guy looks fantastic. He really takes care of himself too. That shell is
so shiny.
So shiny. And I do love that these guys just have this cute little hop. They don't even walk.
Yeah.
They just bounce it on.
Well, which is true to the series. The Hammer brothers and cousins are always sort of hopping around.
It's not even just an act. They just do it because they love it. So I'm actually going to leave him here because I want to operate this switch. And much as it's fun throwing fireballs around, it's not really helping me in this case. So I'm going to leave him here. Hit the switch here. And as we showed in an earlier segment, what I can actually do is grab my capture target back. He was just kind of sitting there recovering for a minute. So now that I've done what I need to do, I can hop my merry way this way. And this is actually a really nice high vantage point where we can take another look at where we were in our second segment.
And there's the brutal ship up there.
With all those
hovering menacingly.
Piranha plants giving me problems. But there's a little ridge over here, and for this I'm going to want to grab that uproot. Hi, buddy, I didn't forget you. Oh, I'm back with my uproot family here. So we're going to do a little bit of careful platforming here. And this is definitely another case where you need the right capture target to complete a little puzzle. And yeah, he's up there. Got another one. Plants and fire don't mix. No, leave me alone. Please leave me alone. So,
did you bring an uproot to a Fire Brothers fight?
I did, but that's okay. He's a little boss and he's going to make it work. Here we go. So one thing I think that's really fascinating about this game, coming back to the kind of sandbox style that we had in 64 and Sunshine, is you guys had to create these really big, complex spaces that were densely packed with content and make sure that it all found fun and nothing felt kind of extraneous. Could you tell us a little bit about the process of developing spaces like that so that they're really fun and they work?
またスーパーマリオ64やスーパーマリオサンシャインの箱庭スタイルに戻ってそういうゲームの要素は密度高く楽しくできるような空間を作らなきゃいけないと思うんですが、どういうふうにそういうような空間を作るんでしょうか。
はい、そのなんだろう、遊びっていうものを常々たくさん試作していて、その遊びを、並べてステージっていうのを作る。それを作ったものを遊んで面白いものをまた載せていくっていうのが基本になっています。
So kind of the basic way we do it is we create lots of different prototypes of different like gameplay ideas. You know, we put them in a stage. You know, we play through it to find which is fun, and then you know we just kind of go from there, building on the ones that seem fun.
でここの国の特徴はその作っていく中で予想外の場所であるとか想定していなかったような通路とかができたので。それをなるべく生かすような、形にしています。
And so, you know, one thing with this kingdom is we ended up creating a lot of different, you know, pathways and different ways you can go that were in pretty unexpected places. And so we tried to emphasize that with everything we did when creating this stage.
On the subject of other pathways, in case anybody missed our second segment, just want to hop into these binoculars again to give a look at how much is here that we haven't seen. Really, it's hard to truly emphasize how much what we're showing here at E3 and on Treehouse Live is only a small portion, even within these kingdoms, of how much there is to do. And right now, I'm seeing some other spaces. I'm really only seeing a corner of the other spaces here. There's a lot more to get up to in this kingdom, but nothing I'm allowed to show right now. There's only one more thing that I can bounce over to in this space, and that is taking a look at some of the water. So, I'm gonna head down this way, get a couple more coins, and this little pond. Get them all! There we go.
And can you catch some of the fish on the screen?
I want to see those guys. So
I love there's realistic fish here in a world that also has cheeps and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like this might have been really confusing for Mario when he saw these things like, you're not red, you're not shaped like beach balls.
Do you even have eyes?
But I know the first time I came in here and was just swimming around and following this school of fish, I was so distracted by the space that I almost let Mario drown. I wonder, can you tell us a little bit more about the design work that went into things here, like, say, the water effects in the game?
このような綺麗な水を作るにはどういうような考え方だったでしょうか。
はい。いつもこうそのプレイヤーがプレイヤーの性能というのにこだわって作っています。
So you know, the main thing we focus on is the ability of the player when we're creating different environmental elements.
今回はそのプレイヤーが取り巻く環境、砂のところでちょっと汚れたりであるとか、毒に触ると汚れたりとか、プレイヤーの周りのものに対してもこだわって作っています。
And we wanted to make sure that there's also, you know, the things in the environment will affect the player, like the sand in the Sand Kingdom can get on Mario, and then obviously he's in the water, he can get wet.
水もマリオが気持ちよく動いて、そこに反応するっていうすごい いい例だと思います。
And I think especially the responsiveness you can feel from the water as you swim from it is a very good example of creating that very kind of intuitive interaction between the player and the environment.
毎日良くなってるので、多分今日も良くなってると思います。
And I think that's actually something that gets a bit better every day. It's probably even better than it was yesterday in the game.
Yeah, it's really impressed me watching as new builds come in from you guys, just how much love is really going into all the little details of this game and really bring the environments to life. So I think I hope folks are really excited to see them when you guys have finished all the development work.
Absolutely.
All right, now I'm going to actually hop into this warp pipe that's been teasing us over here. And this space as well, it's really interesting because it's partly swimming, it's a side-scrolling with the fuzzies and...
Oh, those fuzzies.
Also my oxygen level.
Yeah.
But it's almost like there's a little bit of a curve to the water on the front edge. All right. There we go. Just gonna stay here. I do love too the kind of water effect on Mario's outfit after he's gotten into the water. Okay.
Yeah, so slick.
Look at these guys. Okay, Fuzzies, I need you to go. Wait for the next cycle. Okay. Go, 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 go. Up, 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 up. There we go. Okay. Okay, I need you guys to go. Oh, I missed it. All right, oh, I'm hurt. Okay. No! No, it's a little too high. All right, let's give that another go. All right. Good there. Don't want those coins, though.
Well, since this is our last Mario Odyssey segment for Treehouse Live this year, I'd like to just ask if Mochikota-san and Koizumi-san, if you had any final comments for our viewers while Sam is playing through this segment. Any last words?
これで E3 の最後のトリアスライブのオディシーのセグメントになりますが、何か最後に小泉さん、本倉さんから何かコメントありますでしょうか。
本倉さん。
はい、じゃあ僕から。
Here we go.
All right, I'll start.
今回お見せできたものっていうのはすごいごく一部なんですけれども、まだまだ驚きというものがたくさんありますので、今作の帽子を投げて敵や物を操っていろんなところを探索、地球を冒険探索していただければなと思います。
I want to say that what we've been able to show you this time is just it's a very small portion of the game, and there's so many more surprises waiting for you, so many more places you'll be able to go and explore, so many more things you'll be able to throw your head at and control. So I hope people really enjoy that when it comes out.
Nice. Well done, Sam.
All right.
はい、
Get out of here.
E3 の3日間で一番実はお伝えしたかったのはこれだったんですけども、任天堂スイッチのいつでもどこでも誰とでもの3つが揃ってる新しい新作マリオですので、驚きを探した新しいマリオの旅に皆さん楽しみにしてください。
So what I've really been trying to get across these 3 days at E3 here is that Super Mario Odyssey on the Nintendo Switch is a game that you can play anytime, anywhere, with anyone. And I hope everyone enjoys looking for all of the discovery and surprise that the game has to offer.
Thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you. It really has.
Just going to hang out with my little buddy here.
All right.
And relax.
And I think that's where we're going to wrap it up.
Thing is just, looking around this amazing environment. And one thing that's really cool about this game is that you can use Mario's cap, and his name is Cappy.
Cappy?
Yes. And you can actually control Cappy in some pretty cool ways. You can flick the Joy-Con and click the wrist to the right or left to make Cappy go some different directions. You can even have him do a crazy spin. So lots of different ways to use Cappy, and kind of an integral part of this game is using Cappy and kind of exploring and seeing what you can do with it.
Now Cappy, sometimes in some of the speaking scenes, he appears as the white hat, but then he's also part of Mario's hat. What is the difference between the two?
So Cappy's true form is this white top hat sort of appearance. But he's the sort of guy who wants to know more about lots of different kinds of hats, and that's one of the reasons he's enjoying traveling with Mario so much. And Mario, it just so happens, for reasons we can't explain yet, has lost his hat, so this was a nice coincidence.
So what I've learned so far, this town is frozen, Mario is cold. What's happening?
It's very cold.
So this is normally a really hot place, as you would imagine, but for a certain reason, everything is frozen right now. In fact, at this point, you don't even know yet if this was Bowser's doing or not.
I do like the visual touches because you're obviously in a desert, not a place that's cold often, but there's enough flourishes, like you can see sort of, the cold air coming off of these big structures of ice and his shivering. It really does feel cold.
It does feel cold. And then when you look through the ice, I like the way it reflects
distorted.
through. Yeah, it's really cool.
So you can go really in any direction. Do you find that people go a certain way once they get into this desert initially?
Yeah, people are certainly free to explore, but we also show them an objective right at the beginning when they enter the level. So if they want to head for that, they certainly won't get lost.
Yeah, so this actually allows you to see the objective, which is right here.
Yeah, you see that pillar of light over on top of the tower. But you can go anywhere you like.
This is cool. So it's nice to maybe see what's around you. You can form a plan of what you would like to explore.
カクン使って、次をどこか決めればいいですね。
そうですね。
I love that move.
That's
it's
a
my
handy
favorite.
one.
Yeah.
Surrounded. Nope.
Oh,
that's nice too.
I learned that from you actually.
The greatest compliment.
Good job.
Greatest?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
I'm feeling good right now.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my favorite part too. Cappy obviously can take over different classic Mario enemies like Phil here.
Oh.
That was close.
And of course, they get the mustache as well, which is really good.
Yeah. ちょっとひげつけますね。
そうです。いろんなものにひげがついてる。
Yeah, we really enjoyed putting mustaches on lots of different
Who doesn't?
Do many on the development team grow mustaches to get into the spirit of creating a Mario game?
You have a mustache.
Yeah.
Now, there's something that you're collecting as you're kind of exploring the levels, which are these green moons.
Yes.
Can we talk a little bit about sort of that?
That's the item that you'll be collecting in this game called Power Moons.
And something that I like about those is there's so many all around you, but when you get one, you aren't taken out. You can just sort of keep going from where you left off.
That's right, we moved away from the previous convention of taking the player out of the stage when they pick up a star or a moon, for example. This allows you to play continuously without interruption.
I saw that block was sparkling a little bit, and I was like,
Must be something about that one.
That's a bit of a hint in that sparkle.
Yeah. And then when I get the moon, it also restores all my hearts as well.
And also, I also like how it logs when you got it, so you can kind of make sort of a mental journal of how you went through the game.
Yeah, because our theme is the journey this time around, we really wanted to give people sort of like a travel journal feel when they see the date attached to that power moon we picked up.
Oh. Impressed.
These reactions are very comforting to me. I really like this. It's helping me a lot. So this is really cool. This is parts of the game where it becomes your traditional 8-bit Mario. What kind of inspired this type of element in the game?
It's a really good opportunity for us in this big 3D sandbox space to give people a little bit different gameplay feel and maybe even give them a little bit of a challenge that kind of breaks up the feeling of exploration that they have in the 3D world.
Oh. Come on, Moon.
I thought you were just going to get it.
I was really I got this.
So Super Mario 64 is my favorite game of all time, and one of the reasons why is even after you got all the stars, it was fun to just go back into the levels and kind of make your own, challenges for yourself and see how you might navigate it in different ways. And I really get that feel from this game as well. So I'm curious if they, beyond the Power Moons themselves, did they create these worlds to just have so much for people to experiment with?
There's definitely this running theme of freedom that you'll find in any of the sandbox space Mario games. So certainly in Super Mario 64, it would reward exploration, but also give you a reason to go back and just take a look around from a different angle. And that's something we definitely tried to create here as well.
That would seem to be a bad move, but here we are.
まずいかなって思ったんですけど。
I've been here before.
So in some of the kingdoms we've seen so far, there seems to be more of a balance of classic Mario enemies, but maybe a setting that feels a bit more familiar to the real world. Like, how did you balance something so that it still feels Mario, and obviously would be very different from Mario, but is familiar to the player?
Yeah, because Mario is setting out from the Mushroom Kingdom on this adventure, on this journey, every world that he encounters, every kingdom he goes to is going to feel like a completely different place to him. But yeah, you're right, some of those do look like the place that we've been before.
Just have to pause to groan at that.
Sorry, you had a very smart answer.
We were in the middle of a deep thought right
that
there.
I wasn't listening to. Continue.
But you'll see that whenever he encounters some places that, even though they're familiar to us, he is interacting with them in new ways that we would not, certainly.
Oh, okay, hold on,
Yes.
hold on, just wait.
Okay, patience.
Patience. We're gonna get these coins.
Go.
We're gonna go down here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That only took like 10 minutes, but you know, we got time. It's okay.
So this creature,
oh
my gosh.
this jaguar and taxi is a creature, let's say, that only lives in this world, but certainly is a lot of fun and convenient to ride.
So as soon as you jump on, he like takes off and is going insane. And then you can like kind of run through things. Whee! Whee! Okay. I stop this now. Oh my goodness. So fun. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have one other area to show.
We're going to take a little trip to New Donk City.
Kid is dying to play
I'll be doing
New
this.
Donk City.
So we'll get that set up and we'll be right back.
So out of the desert into the city.
Into the city.
Yeah, completely different environment, which is very cool. I think you can see that the purple coins are now a little bit different as well from when you saw them in the desert
these
area.
are specific to this kingdom here. Let's talk to some of the citizens here. So what do you think a common question is? We have more human-looking characters here. Mario obviously looks like Mario. What is the difference?
Perhaps the best way to say it is that the human characters you're encountering here and Mario also live on an Earth together.
I like that.
It's like a meta answer.
And this is something that really gets people going. You can count how many times you can jump the rope. I won't do it here, but I'm curious, what is the highest from the dev team on the jumping rope?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can tell you the exact answer of the number of times that their record is, but I can tell you there are people who are a lot better at it than I am.
I'm not very good at the jumping rope either, actually.
And here we have a returning face, Pauline, who is the mayor of the city. How did you want her to play this role in New Donk City?
So based on the environment, we knew we were going to be creating something that was referencing a previous game in Donkey Kong. And we had the city name, New Donk City, and we knew the best person to represent that city was pulling another character from that game, Pauline.
So I think it's really interesting that this world that Mario is exploring is so different than previous Mario games, and Mr. Koizumi has worked on so many Mario games. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are on sort of how the series has evolved, and where are we now with this particular Mario game.
So probably one of the biggest changes that's happened over time in the Mario series is going from those old 2D side-scrollers to exploring a 3D space and having all of those little discoveries waiting for you. And even within those 3D Mario games, you'll see a couple of different styles, where some of them ask you to go down a certain route and try to reach a goal or an endpoint. Others give you a lot of freedom and let you explore, making that the core focus of the gameplay itself. And you see here, we're returning to that idea, which you last would have seen in Super Mario Sunshine.
The city is such an interesting environment because there's so many little nooks and crannies to kind of explore, and there's always something kind of behind every corner. Oh, how do you get down there? Oh, how'd you know that?
Did you feel anything in the controller?
Yeah, I did feel the vibration. Yes.
HD signal. Yes, that's the HD rumble.
That is.
So tell everyone you know.
You heard it here first, guys.
And I like how much you can get from rooftop to rooftop, and it kind of becomes a game in itself. It's like, how high can I get? How can I not, go down to the ground level?
そうですね。そのマリオのアクションというのは。
Yeah, I think that's a really key way to enjoy the game. In that Mario has so many different actions that he can perform. You can find lots of different ways, different routes, different means of getting to certain parts of the level, and that's a lot of the joy of the exploration.
クリアするまで見つからないアクションもあるかもしれない。
And I'm sure there will be people who even beat the game without even finding some of these harder to pull off actions.
Yeah. Are you gonna get your formal outfit on? I really want to.
I should find that. Yeah.
Yeah. He needs a sharp suit in the city.
We can pull up the map here. And this is nice. You can just jump from checkpoint to checkpoint. So there it is. Where am I right now? So I'm facing that way. This is how I go down the street too.
Sparking down the street. Crazy cap store where you can actually buy different caps and
outfits. And there are general coins that you can get, and then there are coins that are specific to each of the areas that you're in.
Fancy. The full ensemble.
Hey, we went there. I just want to get that.
I mean, can I get that hat?
I want that. His suit is also very
nice.
Tenino.
I can. I do have enough. Yes. Please. That's a bargain, I have to say.
This is casual. It's like an E3 wear, basically.
Look at that! Wow. Cappy's still involved, of course.
Cappy's still. You can tell by the little eyes,
right?
You know. Cappy has an expressive eyes. Oh,
hey.
Riding off to work in this business casual.
Oh gosh. Gotta be careful. You can jump in the scooter too. Off of the car, perhaps.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I think
there we go. Yes, here we can see if we can go up this. Oh gosh.
Oh no. Oh, stunt Mario bike.
I'm sure you're feeling some shaking as you're.
I am. Here. That is the HD rumble.
HD rumble as you.
HD rumble.
Yes.
What's underneath those tarps?
I'm focused on this right now. I can't answer your question.
Oh, you can park
I found the one parking lot up on the top of this building.
Then you have to go up the
I'm
stairs.
the very first. Me. You see.
He's like very relaxed on the scooter.
Of course he is. He's Mario. No, and this is where we get off.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
A little bit further here. Let's just see what's up here. I like to climb the city.
You do.
I really like that.
Oh, nice.
Well, oh no! My wall jump. No.
Here's the dream dice. Reach for your goals, Mario.
And I really like these because you can kind of flip yourself forward. Like that. Oh no! Wait, it's okay. Oh god.
It's not okay. Oh no.
Halfway safe?
No.
See.
Can't you port back to that flag?
That's a great point. I tried to show off and it backfired.
It really did.
Yeah.
This is where you have to be more humble with your game.
Notice I did not flick myself this time.
Right.
Oh yes, this is exactly. This is incredible right here. Yes. Going all the way to the top.
As it turns out, a lot of the shape of the building, the architectural style, it all comes off of the way we were feeling about the character of Pauline. She drove a lot of that.
Who knew that Pauline's such a classy lady? You didn't know when she was getting pelted by Donkey Kong and barrels flying all over the place.
And you can see that's where I started over there and where I've been, and I really like that pool.
Oh, rooftop pool.
I think that might be
that's where you
a nice way to wrap up.
At the end of our trailer for Super Mario Odyssey 83, we had a really awesome song that kind of played along.
コントローラーは今回のマリオはぐるりと見渡せる 3D の箱庭世界で走ったりジャンプしたりといろいろなアクションが楽しめるようになっています。さらに本作の新アクションである帽子投げはジョイコンのジャイロ機能でより直感的にさまざまな方向に投げることができます。この多彩なマリオのアクションを生かすべく濃い密度でステージをデザインしていますので、まるでアスレチックの広場で遊んでいるような感覚でお楽しみいただけると思います。操作感にもとことんこだわって 触っているだけで楽しいマリオを目指しました。ところでマリオの帽子には目がついていて生きています。彼の名前はキャッピー。帽子の国で出会ったキャッピーは共にクッパを追いかけるパートナーとして一緒に冒険することになります。マリオはキャッピーのおかげで帽子を自由自在に操れるようになったのですが、さらに新しい能力を手に入れました。例えばキラーに帽子を投げると、なんとキラーに乗り移ってそのまま操れるようになります。クリボーもこの通り、敵だけでなく物にもキャプチャーでき、キャプチャーした相手によってさまざまな力を発揮することができます。さて、これはパワームーンと呼ばれるアイテムで国ごとにたくさん存在しています。それらを集めるとオデッセイ号がパワーアップして次の国へ行くことができます。パワームーンの数は次の国へ行くために必要な数よりももっともっとたくさんあるので、いろんなところを走り回ってこの箱庭の世界を思いっきり探索してみてください。またそれぞれの国にはその国特有のコインが存在していて、こちらも探索要素の一つになっています。コインを集めるとショップでさまざまな衣装を買えるようになり、マリオの見た目を変更できます。その国々の衣装をまとって冒険すれば、より一層その世界を旅しているかのような気分になれると思います。